Hello, everybody, and welcome to this extra bonus motherfucking
Bonus
episode
Jonas.
of the Headspace podcast. You know how it's cool? We have Bonnie. That's right.
Whoop.
So my name is HSR.
My name is Chris Chrome.
And I will be your lady friend Bonnie for the evening.
All right, and our Twitter handles will have popped up hopefully here, and you can maybe follow us on Twitter and get some interactions on as we try to take this all a little more seriously.
I just joined, so I've got like 0 followers, so follow me.
On that note, we'll do a little bit of the housekeeping. This is just a bonus episode, so quick, if you're new here, we are in the middle of our grind to 1,000 subscribers contest. Woo! How that works is if you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment related to the review, related to us, the album, your thoughts, your feelings, start a conversation with us, then you enter up into this contest. First prize is going to be $100 Amazon gift card money, plus you get to request a review from us, from anyone you want on the channel. Second prize will be $50 plus the review. And third prize will be $25 of the review. This is all in USD currency or its equivalent value in your local Amazon. So once we bust past 1,000 subscribers, we're at 920 at the time of recording this. We will go on YouTube Live with our giant list of comments. You'll see there's a request list. We're updating it a little bit at a time. And we're going to use a random number generator, pick some people, and then I'll contact them via the YouTube messaging systems, and I'll send you the fucking money. And that's how that'll work. Plus, the best part is for every video of ours that you like and you comment, you get extra entries into this raffle. On that note, Mr. Christopher... I'm just gonna tell you, we're doing We Beefin At Wendy's.
I can't
this
even
is
do
so
it
fucking
seriously.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like there
This
was
is
no
the
way.
best.
I didn't believe that it was real at first. I was
so
like,
happy
no.
with
Okay,
this.
I just want to explain one thing on how this came to be for me. So I got my boy on Facebook here, and he has this photo, and it's the Wendys. It's the Wendys, whatever the
logo?
the album cover, and I'm like, this is fake. This has to be fake. My friends probably posted some weird thing, and no joke. You literally call me. Okay, you literally call me an hour after and go, so we're reviewing the Wendys album, and I'm like,
that's what we're
that is some
doing tonight.
free. Like I find out and.
It's
I'm not.
because, I don't know. Okay, so what do you think about this?
It's an interesting marketing tool, that's for sure. It's definitely a way to like make Wendy's relevant again. I don't think they've really been in the news.
Excuse me?
Did you not listen to the album?
No, it's not that. It's Wendys has not stopped popping on Twitter. Like they've gotten some serious accolades in terms of Twitter presence and activity, right? So this album to me is like brilliant marketing. I didn't mean to cut you off or be rude. I'm trying to be less rude, people. But like I'm just too excited about this project. Now, something that's very much fascinated me was how Hamburger Helper dropped a mixtape a year or a bit ago. And if you haven't heard that, check it out. It's bangers. It's all about how dope Hamburger Helper is.
Are you serious?
No bullshit, and it's really interesting to me. You know what I'll do? I'll also link the Hamburger Helper mixtape in the review if I can still find it. If I can't, oh well. And so what I see here is corporations are embracing modern trap music and hip-hop in general as a means of advertising their products, which in a sense is adding a safeness and legitimacy to hip-hop. Now, I'm curious for all of you in the comments, like how you feel about this project. I'm excited as a digital marketing guy who just loves cool campaigns and the ideas behind it. But I could see how maybe this is not the best move for hip-hop as a culture, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that a little earlier while listening to it, and I agree with the hip hop culture. I don't think this is like anything to do with what we associate hip hop with and all of that. But I think that in terms of what hip hop and rap is becoming now, like it's becoming like super popular and mainstream, and it's like the new, like everyone's on it now. I think it's kind of, I don't want to say inevitable that everybody's going to start trying to ride the wave, but it's not.
Well, let me be clear. Both the Hamburger Helper and this Wendy's project don't seem to be mocking hip hop. They seem to have taken it really serious.
I'm not saying that they're
they're
mocking it. I'm not
clearly
trying to say
like
they're mocking
using
it.
someone that has talent. Like they're not just like
Right.
taking like some like random
Right.
person, you know?
I'm just saying, like it's a good, like I'm agreeing on the whole marketing scheme. It is a good way to get yourself out there, especially in today's music world.
Like, I know I'm just not the right demographic to be offended by this. or if I should be offended by it. And that's why I'm curious if some of our listeners may actually have like an issue with the move in more of a sense of cultural appropriation and things like that. Like, I'm just curious to know how this like fits into the bigger picture of that, because like for me, what I see here is Wendy's has spent a couple of years developing this almost personality on Twitter, and one of the futures of corporate marketing and how social media is playing into it is the idea that your social identity is no longer just like a company. Like, you almost have to have your company be a person that people are interacting with on social media.
A social media person.
No.
Like,
I mean, when you interact with Wendy's, it feels like you're talking to a person that is Wendy's. It doesn't feel
on Twitter.
Yeah.
But that's my point.
But that's what
But I'm certain it extends into Facebook and their entire online presence, right?
So I'm saying, like, because for a quick second I was thinking like maybe I'm more outside the box, and I was like, at least like I'm just like specifying that it's on social media.
Right,
like,
right.
Clearly
That's what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
really like a literal person.
But what I'm
being
saying is like
Wendy's.
the future of how companies use social media marketing is kind of like what Wendy's has already done. In a sense, they have
It's a
set the
genius move.
trend, because Wendy's almost feels like it is a person. Like, there's got to be a rule book
It's
on
not- they're not
how
just the first
Wendy's
ones.
trolls.
They're
She's
not
like
just
this
the first
snarky
ones.
little
They're the
like
best.
redhead.
They're the best, but let's just be clear. Like, I've seen Walmart do a rap thing too. Like Walmart, I saw this Walmart thing on Facebook that they like
Was
there's
it
some
like
staff member.
Walmart actually put it out proper?
Well, like it was a Walmart, like everyone's in the middle of Walmart rapping about prices, roll back, like
Yeah, but
if
I'm
the whole
like-
staff member.
There's a difference between like a minute commercial produced by like a store or
But, like,
whatever, and
okay,
like
hold on.
this
A
is
minute
like
commercial is still rap, and it's
well,
still
no,
a minute
I would
50
say
second
that's,
song.
That's more of a jingle. That's more of like a one-off. Hamburger Helper dropped a tape. It was like 5 tracks. This is a tape, right? This
Right.
is like
An
they
EP.
have taken this character that they've created on social media. Walmart does not have an online social media presence. And if they do, who is the character that is Walmart on social media?
Just like this happy
The
face.
walkie-talkie star.
But that's the
Little happy
thing.
face.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like the difference is that whereas Walmart, it's like a person behind a social media account
Well,
who may
you
have
just
a
think
joke.
that it's like with Wendy's, you think it's going to be this like sassy little redhead, you know, like
And it's exactly it. They've managed to take take the essence of this character and make it a real thing, so that any one of us that were to be the social media manager at Wendy's has a strict code of guidelines to follow to be this sassy little redhead, etc. Right? And this came to be. So this album is an extension of like that social media personality they've crafted and made a hip hop album. Now, one of the things that I thought was fucking crazy, just from how Wendy's is playing the social media marketing game, is they made a Genius page and they annotated the fuck out of the lyrics.
Yeah.
And they took shots all over, and they like made sure to specifically make this a real fucking global, all well-rounded campaign. And I just got to say, whether you love or hate the idea of what Wendy's has done here, this may
it's
be
done well.
like the best social media marketing campaign I've really ever seen. Like, just the long haul. Like, Wendy's are selling this for $5 on like actual music vendors. So motherfuckers can go to iTunes and buy this shit. I mean, on top of burgers now, Wendy's may actually make money in the music industry off of streams, off of all of this. And I'm certain that for the cost they put into this project, I mean, I'm certain it did not cost as much as they're going to make. This is the literal definition of a boss move, in my opinion.
Straight
okay?
hustle.
I don't know. Bonnie, you've been pretty quiet. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's pretty genius. Like, I think it's like, I mean, it's definitely not. I mean, I don't really know so much about like the whole Twitter thing. Like, I don't really know like their personality so much. I mean, I've seen it now, but I mean, before this, I didn't know anything about it. I mean, it would be funny to see them like, you know, other like restaurants like try to like come back. Like have like, I don't know, like a Burger King like like rap about, you know,
Ronald McDonald comes to life.
yeah, Ronald McDonald like shows up. You know, Ronald McDonald and crew. I would like to see that. Like, where's the crew been hiding like since like the 90s?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I think that I think that in terms of clearly there's beef happening. Clearly there is legal shit happening.
No,
or there's,
no,
like,
it's not that it's beef. It's that literally all these different restaurants, and if you were to look in the Genius annotations, like Wendy's posted like tweets from like different restaurants as they tried to take shots at Wendy's over the years to maybe like troll them and see if Wendy's would respond, which they did all the time, shut it down. And then they like flossed retweets the way rappers like floss dollars. And like, if you really look at this project, it really is just kind of paralleling.
Like this was like a plan, like the whole way through.
It's really good. Like, I don't know, even the cover, it's just this white background and it says We Beefin, and it's a hamburger fucking patty just in the middle of the fucking
But a
thing.
square hamburger patty because
you know
it's
who
Wendy's.
does that? Wendy's.
Yeah.
And then if you think even at the name, it's called We Beefin, and then on Spotify it's at Wendy's, like is the name of the act. So it's We Beefin at Wendy's. And it's clever. Like, I just gotta say, it's clever. I fucking love this. Everything about this excites me, and like, I don't know, it could have been the worst project in the world, and everything I've said into this point would still hold true as an amazing move of everything. But anyway, what do you guys think about the cover and the title?
I mean, it's good. It's clear. It's it reminds me of somebody else's album. I can't quite put my finger on it. I want to say maybe Lupe Fiasco.
Joe Gaslight.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that's what it kind of like makes me think of. Like quite simple, but like poignant.
You know what it makes me think of?
What?
And it's really a far stretch, but Biggie's
Me
Ready
too.
to Die.
I actually just
Like,
thought of that right now.
straight, with
And I
the-
think
with
it's
the
the font,
writing.
because the way the
Yeah.
font coloring goes. Yeah, it does kind of make you
Yeah.
think
Right,
of it.
yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
that's like, if we're gonna talk about
And
hip
that-
hop culture,
That's
and,
their baby in the middle.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's what it is, and I was just like, that is
Some
super
brown
hip hop.
and some brown meat.
Shit. All right. To quote Drake, somebody got Twitter fingers.
You better stop it. See me falling off, it's not an option.
Not gonna lie, I tried to find out who the rapper was. Evidently, Wendy's wants you to think it's Wendy's, and that is not public information at this time. But if you know who this rapper is, please drop that in the comments. I'm curious as fuck.
And
All
whoever
right.
it is should make another mixtape.
Chris, how do you feel about
Yeah.
the song?
Okay, so I like the song. It's your trap gangster banger track.
Yeah.
And from what I got from it, it's talking upon like how they've been like the whole Twitter situation, how they've been going back and forth and sending shots at people, and everybody's been attacking them on Twitter. So they're just acknowledging that, but it's honestly just super cute. Like the way that they're referencing a lot of like these like beef references, and just like how they're talking about just different things. It was nice. Honestly, the lyrics themselves didn't stick with me. They weren't like the strongest lyrics, but I like what they do with the song. I like the little, like, it reminded me of Eminem when he does his devil sound, or
It's
like
a she, Chris.
right, but when they do the demonic devil sound,
It's still a she.
okay, it still reminded me of Eminem's devil sound.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So that was cool how they switched around with the voices and they gave them those type of effects. I liked one line, you better stop it. See, falling off is not an option. I see you plotting, trying to wonder how we got this poppin'. I took a lot, man. I ain't ever frontin'. I want the spot, man. I was like, the flow's dope. The flow's really on point. But overall, I think I like the song for its like presentation and what it is and how it sounds. And I gave it a 4 on 5. Like, I would play this.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that like I think you think is going to be a joke, and then you listen to it, and then it's like kind of good, and you're like, shit.
Serious.
So yeah, I mean, it is basically what you said. Like, there's it's only like a minute 48 seconds, so it's not like the longest song. Like, none of these are like super long. So I mean, you can just sit down and listen to it. There's 5 songs, right? So yeah, it's just like talking about how they take shots on Twitter, and and it's sort of like in reference instead of like a gun. And they kind of just rap about like their menu items and like how good they are, and they're hot shit and they're selling so much, and like the others can't compete. And like they mentioned like where like Wendy's flagship store is in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great effort. I think it is, really interesting and really cool and modern of them. So yeah, I gave it a 4 on 5 as well.
Man, y'all underselling the lyrics here. Like the flow comes in like cool with the flow, but the meat ain't frosty. They have a frosty. That's their drink.
Mm-hmm.
But the meat isn't frozen like their other competitors. Because Wendy's, it keeps its meat fresh and never frozen. It's a point of contention.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the bat, the very first thing is they come in cold with their flows. But their meat, their bread and butter, what they do, they sell burgers. They keep it fresh. Taking shots at the entirety of everyone. Now, they're coming in here and treating the entire restaurant fast food industry like a rat beef. Dope as fuck. Like, if you really think about any of the other lyrics we've come in, and really, with the relevance of the truth behind it, it's a pretty solid bar.
Yeah.
Say I'm too smug, but I can't keep them off me. That's true, because if you think about their Twitter personality, it is what they say about them. Like, this isn't fake so far. This is actually kind of what's been Wendy's life for the last 2 years, you know? Wendy and this thing, you can see I'm too saucy, #legend, I can't keep the fakes up off me. Now, if you really think about, like, everything you know about Wendy's Twitter, that's it. It's the realest shit right there. I can't hate that at all. And then they come in with who got the twang up in their sauce, whatever. Yeah, we got the things, whatever. Chorus is fine. They got flavor, pump brakes, blah, blah, blah. He's grilling, blah, blah, blah. But then Chris was quoted in some stuff. But then as he said all that stuff about how they're coming in hard, right? They want to take the first spot. But then the next line is, they love us because we serving everything you not, man. As in their quality is what the burgers they're giving. And everyone else is a shit.
Well,
Yeah.
They also have different options. Like,
Well, that's another song, Chris. I'm sorry. What's that about? You Twitter beefing for some clout? Yo, customers in a drought? They loving me with no doubt. Because here they're saying that everyone else is fucking coming at them on Twitter to get some hype because they're struggling. Like when you're having some issues with getting people to come to your restaurant, you tweet at Wendy's because you know it'll get you some money. Tell me that is not exactly how 90s hip-hop would have played this beef shit.
it's
Yep.
still this beef type hip hop.
All
now.
I'm saying is that these lyrics is really paying homage to the culture from how I understand everything I've learned so far on this channel.
Oh yeah,
Fair
And
enough.
it's
it's
pretty
really
fucking
well
solid,
done.
right? Like, anyway, you should think twice before fucking with me. And then the fact that Wendy from out Columbus, so wake up, it's time to see her, had to step outside Twitter just to leave my fans with something. So, like, this is the Wendy's character from Twitter, spitting rhymes, letting you know she from Columbus, she repping her home, she comes in proper, that beat is tight, that flow is tight, everything
Yeah.
about this song is tight, there's almost no flaws to it. It's just pretty fucking corny and hard to call this perfect because it is a little gimmicky. 4.5 on 5. I really dig this shit. This is how this review is going to go for me. I'll be holding it down.
Yes, sir.
This ain't no cake while we run it.
Okay, Chris, this one gets a little more personal. As you can see with the chorus, Wendy's actually comes at McDonald's here a little bit. Anyway, go on. Tell us how you
Yep.
think.
So, again, I don't know anything about the beef and the actual situation. So a lot of the context and the topics of these verses, I'm just kind of like, okay. But I do like, again, how they're coming about and the creativity behind the music and just what they're saying. I like, again, that they're keeping it consistent with the trap flows. This like heavy drum, booming bass. It's got this like weird synthy kind of sound to it. So the beat itself is already good for me. So I'm enjoying it. And then we come in with this nice flow. It's not like it's not nothing too tricky. It's just your typical flow. Nothing really much in verse 1 for me. In verse 2, I liked when she went, "Wanna beef with me?" Then really, you pressed your luck. The problem is you didn't recognize I gave no clucks. I was like,
Give
huh.
no clucks.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's really
So
well
wrap
done.
it up, turn these chickens to rubber ducks because they're cowards, and so it's really fucking good. And then they flip on Burger King in the next line. And BK, don't think you got away. You copied my menu and put it on replay. Now, before Chris goes on, that's
Well,
brilliant.
I commented that too.
Because at one point in the midst of, like, you know how McDonald's has its menu and they all have these dollar menus of sorts?
Right.
Yeah.
Burger King at one point took direct shots at Wendy's and tried to
Well, I think Wendy's was the first person to have,
Well,
first like
Wendy-
company to have like that system, like the dollar menu or
maybe,
whatever.
but Wendy's has a 4 for $4. as we'll come to see.
Yeah.
And so Burger King dropped a 5 for 4. Like, just to
And then
be
he
better
said,
than Wendy's.
what's better than 4? 5.
And then Wendy's responded with like, and then somebody's like, "Yo, Wendy's, what's gonna be your response?" And Wendy's goes, "Edible foods." Hilarious. Anyway, Chris, go on, please.
No, that's really it. Like I
So
said,
what'd you give it, Chris?
I gave it a 4.
How about you, Bunny? How do you feel?
I mean, they're just saying that, like, you can't really compete with Wendy's, and she's like the OG, and she was like doing everything first. And how like great quality there is. And then it's like Mickey Bleep, like they can't even say, like they don't even want to like
Give them the credit.
Right.
Yeah, but no, but they don't even want to give them the credit, but they don't want like that taste in their mouth. I think that's like what they're saying.
I know, it's so good.
And yeah, and then about the shot set from BK. I mean, it was all right. I like this one. I gave it a 4 on 5.
Fair enough. So I like it a little bit less because Chris is right. The flow's a little smoother. It's a little slower, but it's a little too static because it's like the longest song on the fucking album. And that hook, like, it's good, but it doesn't really hook me in so much as I care about what it's saying. Like, Wendy's been holding it down for like a minute now. Like, that's the pace. It's a little bit slow. And then Mickey Beef was trying to beef. It's time to finish now. Like, they're letting you know who they're going at on this song.
Yep.
The team can handle any problem. That's all principle. You can get it now. Chicken Shack, you acting really well. Anyway, Wendy's is boss. Wendy's does its thing. And then, I don't know. I feel like it points. I love the line. Now it's more childish than Twitter beef because Wendy's is a little girl, right? So
Yep.
it's a childish move that she can do.
And also kind of referencing the fact that on her last song, she was also like, I had to get off Twitter to give my fans something.
Yeah.
So it's like she's gone off Twitter and now she's acknowledging
she's growing
it's the Twitter
up.
beef.
She's taking it to the next level. Good point, Chris.
Yep.
Very good point. Especially they can't compete. So whoever drops the next album, they can't even fuck with Wendy's. I
don't know, man.
Did you ever think that this would be a conversation we were having? No.
It's such a crazy thing. Like,
They should rethink whatever's in that recipe because their food doesn't taste as good. Plus, their music won't be as good. And everything I serve and kick it more than special teams. Okay. And I'm Socrates because all your ideas just come from me. I mean, that line, I loved it, right? Because
it's very smart.
they're fucking wise and etc. But they're so influential that all the other restaurants are copying them. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I mean, the song kind of goes on like that. I don't feel like this one is quite as noteworthy the whole way through. I do like they bring it back like rebates, fresh food on your dinner plate. You killing me, Smalls, okay? That's a pretty good line. I don't know. Everything about this just kind of flows well to me. I give it a 4 on 5, mostly because the beat it wasn't as thrilling. I feel like what they were trying to do a little bit on this album is with their 5 songs kind of showcase a bunch of different trap sounds just to like be a little versatile with it. But I also don't think they were taking themselves too seriously. So honestly, for what it is, 4 on 5. It's definitely not my favorite song on this album.
All right. Well, let's rest in Greece then.
Okay.
The flavor at you number one. That's a joke. Why your ice cream machine always broke? Why you drive through?
This shit is fire. Okay, before Chris talks, it starts with you gonna get that work, and if you check the Genius annotation, it goes to their fucking jobs and career page. And they're using this as a recruitment platform for young folk who may need a fucking job.
Well, it's amazing. I mean,
Boss
it's made
ass move.
like this is the type of music that is like for like the younger generation, for youth, and so like of course like this is what they're going to be listening to, and they're kind of like opening the doors for them. They're saying like, well, come work for us. We're so cool. We need. Like they're trying to appeal to like the younger generation by doing this.
I know, but look, I've never
It's
thought
smart. It really is a smart
I
move.
never thought I would see a company recruiting on Genius. I don't think the guys at Genius ever thought they'd see that. Anyway, Chris, how did you feel about this?
I think it's great. I'm loving the sound. I'm loving the vibe to it. I'm loving this whole like OG feel to the album. It's just super fun. The flow's tight. I like it. I like when she went, my bar's chilly, better grab a sweater. You blocked my tweets, can't squash the beef. And I'm like, oh, there we go. Her Frosty.
I think it was like Denny's or one of these other restaurants that actually had blocked them.
Why doesn't Denny's have another
It
Frosty
wasn't
thing
Denny.
too?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's one of the American fast food chains that I don't know because I live in Canada.
Right. first fast food lady, and I was like, I just kind of took a moment. I was like, what other fast food restaurants do I know have a...
Do you guys have a lot of fast food restaurants with female icons?
Popeye's Chicken has a
Oh,
black
yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
But that's the only other one that I know, actually. Like, it's Wendy's and Popeye's
Popeyes,
Chicken.
it's game on, you know?
Right now.
Yep.
Other than that, I mean, it had this, like, nice, this weird, like, poppy beep boop bop, like... weird sound to it.
Yeah.
The pronunciation's really dope. I really like how this singer or this rapper is like really able, like, she's not mumbling, she's not like going that far into like trying to appeal to the younger generation. Like, she's still full on pronunciating properly and clear as hell. So, and
What
the
you're
voice
trying to
control-
say is the girl know how to rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a 4-on-5 on this song.
All right, Bonnie, your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. I thought the sound was really, really cool. I liked it a lot. I like that they mentioned their chili, because I mean, I love their chili. I do love Wendy's. And there's a lot of like really great wordplay, like kind of like throughout the whole song. And she says like, "Why is your ice cream machine always broken?" And it's true. Like every time you go to McDonald's, it's always broken.
Also,
and Wendy's
while your drive-through always slow.
And they're like the OG, like they were the first company to have a drive-through window.
Which is why the next line is why your innovation just can't grow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, they're the hot shit, right? So I just think it's interesting. They're just gonna like blow the competition like out of the way, and like they're like below them. Like she doesn't even care. Like she's kind of like the queen of the castle.
Well, she's Queen Wendy.
Yeah.
Or Queen Weenie.
Yeah.
Wendy.
And it was something to do with like the way like McDonald's burgers just kind of like lay in the grease, and instead of like having like a rack that they like it can drip off of, and like that's why it's like rest in grease, because it's literally like resting in grease.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was pretty sick. I'm like this whole song. I gave it a 4.25.
I love this one. It is so good. Just to even continue from what we were just quoting, it's Queen Wendy. Need I say mo? You don't, Queen Wendy. You know why? Because that Baconator, it go crazy. And that spicy chicken, it go crazy. And you can take a fry and dip it in that sauce. It'll be so tasty.
Yep.
Or in their Frosty, it's also good too.
And you know what? It's true. I had this dream of a 4-patty Baconator. And you can get it done because at Wendy's you can add extra patties for like $1.50 or something per patty. So it's actually something you can do. And I never got it done because I grew up, and I suppose a pound of Wendy's hamburger is a little bit much at one time. But I'm still going to probably do it because I didn't grow up that much. So I think it's cool that they're referencing their hot sellers in this like fucking gangster-ass fucking flow that they have. Like, even the way it starts, like redhead with some pigtails, better check to score. These meals sell. Well, it's probably true. Now that's better. I'm so clever. My bar's chilly. Better grab the sweater. It's just so good. Like, I love how they consistently are because here's the thing. If I had to pick a fast food restaurant of all the ones, at least in Montreal, Wendy's is the best. Like, for years, I've had this love of Wendy's food being of a superior quality and more innovative in terms of they know how to keep it real.
Well,
I think that's only because there's one of them. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Wendy's in Montreal that I know of. I don't know if
There's
any...
two. There's two.
No, there are significantly more
but
than
there's
two.
there's none that are like in
two
like
on
any of the
Bay
downtown
Source
area. Yeah, there's two that are right next to each other that you have to
in
take a
West
bus to get
Island.
to.
There's two in the West Island. There's one in fucking near where I live in Montreal.
There's none in like the downtown core of
all I'm saying is
Montreal.
I used to work next to a Wendy's, and I go, anyway, I love it because I agree almost with what they're saying. And when you consider the fact that it's almost like you picture this little cartoon girl spitting these rhymes the way she is, it's really great to me. I think it's one of those tight little things. And if we consider like the length of songs on XXXTentacion's album and stuff, this would have fit really great right there.
Yeah.
And kind of came in. I give this a 5. For everything it is, it was brilliant. Fuck you, McDonald's. Let's talk about Clownin.
Wanna take that risk, and after this, bet you think about who you did.
So I only like one line out of the entire song, and it is, got nothing to hide, we fresh on this side, but you hide from funk, that's probably why you got paint on your face. And I'm like, oh, they're taking shots at McDonald's again.
Won't say no names, but you a clown. Get it? Okay.
There we go. But the whole song is, I feel like this song's more directed about the McDonald's issue. Apparently there's some issue going on with them and McDonald's. But the song itself is not like the greatest one. The beat was okay. But I still gave it a 4 because it's still good. Like, as much as it's not the best one on the album, it's still good. I like the creativity behind what they're using and how they're saying it and all the word plays behind it. It's I'm guessing it's accurate, and it's still proper hip hop from what I know. So 4 on 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was like really good effort on them. I think this whole album is like really cool move.
Mm-hmm.
So this song is more just like about like don't mess with Wendy. And she kind of says like, our food is like fresh and never frozen, and your food is just like frozen and it's whatever. And again, like I kind of referenced the clown, covering up his face, like, why are you trying to hide? If like everything, I guess they just want it to be more transparent. So yeah, I mean they're just taking shots at McDonald's in this song. So I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but again, I still liked it. It was still like good effort, so I gave it a 4 on 5.
Yeah, I didn't like this one as much. This one was kind of boring. The chorus was lackluster, and it was a little bit cut copy from some of the other ones. It felt like a weaker version of a previous chorus. Verses were shorter, not quite as well crafted, or maybe it's just because the novelty wore it up. But no, I don't like her on the slower tip of things. And I mean, like, check it. Like, now let me go and set the record straight. Before you speak my name, you better think and hesitate. I mean, there's no real wit or pun there. There's no hamburger bar. There's no anything. It almost just sounds like a standard, lame, boring line all by itself. And even the next one. Got nothing to hide. Be fresh on the side, but you hide from the front. It's probably why you go paint your face. Like, yeah, now we're knowing it's the clown and it's McDonald's and that's who they're going after. But compared to every other line we've heard prior to this track, this is kind of the least interesting one. My favorite lyric is really, though, leave you in shame, make you run back to Cirque du Soleil, because I saw Cirque du Soleil a couple years ago. And it was really fun times. Yeah. And made me think of Montreal. That's right, where there are Wendys. Oh shit, that's some connection stuff. I don't know where I was going with that. I was not as impressed with this one. I thought it was not boring but not good, so I gave it a 3.5 on 5. And there's one more left on this little album. It's 4 for $4.
Come with that. The sauces is dripping. If you will it, then you can dip that.
Hey Chris, tell us.
So for me, this entire song is boasting about how they have a 4-burger deal for $4. I think it was really good. I think that it's a good way to advertise it and make people want to get interested in trying to see what you have on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, I read lyrics. I got my songs confused in terms of what I read. I read quotes from the on the last one on this one. My bad.
Oh.
Or no, I just got anyway, go on.
Well, I didn't have any lyrics that really I wanted to quote. It was pretty much the same thing. Like, they're just the best. They have the best deal. They've got the best food, and they're not frozen, and they're really fresh. But I think that ending the album on their best deal that I think started it, maybe, like the whole dollar menu plot and all that stuff. I think it's a really great way to show like their own authenticity, like how they became to be, like, what they are. So I gave it a 4 on 5 as well.
Cool. I like this song. I mean, it was the 4 for $4. And it's like a lot of the same sort of things again that we're hearing about, about their company, like the good things that they're bragging about. Like how they had like the first drive-through window, how Wendy's the queen, how they're the best. But I really think that this was like a really like savage beef, I guess, with like these other companies, especially McDonald's. And like I would love to see them like kind of come back with it and like make it more. It would just be interesting to see like these kind of companies make a more modern twist on like their old school like family type of a restaurant and make it more attractive to like kids nowadays, because I mean kids don't like clowns.
That's true.
So yeah, I mean I just thought it was great. 4.5 on 5 for this one.
I think that, and I might be wrong here, that part of this was to give some love to 444 by Jay-Z, because if you really let the, like, faux, like, they went out of their way to,
There's a
like,
few things in there.
almost make it sound like 444, you know?
Right.
And I feel like if you listen to the wordings, it's like a bit of a positive subliminal in the same way that album cover is a bit of a positive subliminal towards Biggie and whatnot. Otherwise, you're right. The song comes in. It's pretty hard. It's pretty savage in terms of what it is. It's like, now everybody knows blows get thrown in elevators. It's a pretty strong start right there. You know?
That was because of Solange hitting Jay-Z, or what I had read.
Even more to the Jay-Z
And like
point.
the elevator scene was for the defense case.
Right. But what can happen when you mix Twitter with hella haters? They super salty, throwing shade, but it will never fade us. How can you blame us? The first lady, so when you see in paper, they dig the flavor, our food's better, we serve it greater, fast food savior. That was my favorite. Like, they're fast food savior. Like, they brought fast food back. And honestly, on top of everything else, you really just got to consider that it's fucked up that the fast food industry seems to be the most willing to jump on hip hop music to, like, push it forward. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm not hating there.
Well, what other, like, you would want, like, the sit-down restaurant industry to do it?
No, I want everybody to do it. I want, like, Target to shoot at Wendy's being like, you think you got numbers? We Target. I'm just come in
But
with
they're
their,
not even in the same, like, lane.
who's king of the commercial hip-hop real space? Which corporate entity spitting bars better?
All right, fine. I give them that.
Look, I give this a 4.5 on 5. It's hype, but it does present the flaw of this type of thing, because by the time I got to, like, this song a little bit, I was sitting there going, you know, there's nothing new here.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, cool. It's fun, but there's still nothing new here. So it's, anyway, I give it a 4.5 on 5. And we sum it up for just what the album is. I gave the album a 4.2. Why? Because, first of all, it's 5 songs, so you can't even compare this to, like, any of the other album reviews we do. This was
Right.
almost, the grades here are fucking for the novelty of it.
Yeah.
But, like, I love the idea of corporations creating these projects, but the problem is that if you are going to do it, there's so many other angles. Like, where was the song attacking McDonald's customer service, you know? Where is the cleanliness of the restaurant bars? Where is, like, get into the real nitty-gritty. Like, make fun of McDonald's for having to actually explain their fucking menus on a YouTube channel because people didn't believe their shit was real. And, like, so many other there were so many wasted opportunities in terms of what they could have done instead of rehashing the same ideas. And that would be my only real criticism, but good move, very interesting idea. I hope to see more shit like this in the future, as long as they don't sell out, you know?
Yeah. I gave this about 4.15. So it's like an 83%. I mean, you know, technically it is a classic, I guess. I
I
mean,
don't think these 5 song ones count.
yeah, I mean, these are quite short songs too. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it was great. I mean, I think the marketing and like the whole thought process behind this was like really innovative and unique, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's a really cool move and like a way to stay like trendy and hip, and you know, maybe make their mark again, and maybe they're gonna come back. I mean, for I guess, like, you know, like we were saying before, like there's not that many Wendys for us. And so maybe they're gonna like start like coming out with more, you know, maybe they start popping up all over the place. So I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I love Wendy's; it's delicious.
So is the Baconator. It's the best thing
the
that ever
Baconator,
happened.
the chili,
Oh,
the frosty.
chili cheese melt. Oh, no, sorry, not the cheese melt. The cheddar cheese melt.
My favorite thing to do, and I know I probably go there like once every like year and a half or so. I'll go get the taco salad, and go ahead, guys, and shout this out like at Wendy's. I put the nacho cheese on the salad.
Oh, fuck. And,
That's not really a salad after that.
Jesus.
So what did you give it, Chris?
I gave it a 4. I think that is really, like I've said, just very creative. I'm probably not going to go back to this,
That's fine.
right?
You're not supposed
but I
to.
mean,
It'll
if
just make your mouth water.
What you're supposed to do is it's supposed to come up in conversation.
I'm going to bring it up for
Exactly.
a conversation. Like, I'm going to full on just be like, look
And
at this,
then it
play
worked.
this.
And that's why Wendy's is going to make a lot of money off of this mixtape.
But I do agree with you, though. I wish there was a little bit more. Like, if you're gonna be sending shots and you're gonna, I understand the whole legal issue or whatever's going on, right? I'm still thinking there's that there.
I don't know anything about a legal issue.
Well, okay. I'm just trying to say, like, I guess there's beef happening.
I think it's literally just Twitter beef.
Where is the other part? Where is
when
your
McDonald's
savagery?
responds, we'll see.
I'm waiting for the clown to respond.
All right. You let us know what you thought
Maybe
about
it'd be
this.
like insane clown posse.
I don't know about that.
Imagine they just take his side and
They have their own issues.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they have their own legal issues they're dealing with. They just
True.
lost a federal court case about human rights issues and stuff. They have some interesting shit they're fighting for. Anyway, let's wrap up here. This was a little bonus episode because it was such a ridiculous project. If you let us know what you think. Do you think there's other ridiculous projects? Do you want us to do the Hamburger Helper one? Anyway.
If you know of any other ridiculous projects,
hit us
up on Twitter and also let us know.
If you do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. You entered a contest, which is always fun. On that note, catch you later. We have to go record an actual episode, the Classic Quest episode. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Peace.